Game 3, fuel. Okay, something that people forget when it comes to consuming fluids, things like water, Coke, cappuccino, coffee, juice, fruit juices, sweet teas, as you can see there, beer, alcohol, is that at the end of the day, it all adds up. One Coke a day would be okay, I would say. But what you're forgetting is it all adds up. If you're not doing anything and you're not doing anything to counter that, then after 3, 4, 5 weeks, then that one Coke a day, you will see makes a massive impact on what your body looks like and how you feel at the end of the day as well. So something that's really important to understand is even orange juices or juices in general, people are led to believe that it's because it's fruit, it is healthy. But unfortunately, because it's bought in a store and it's not freshly squeezed juice, it means that they've added a lot of preservatives for it to be able to last on the shelves for you to buy. Otherwise they lose a lot of money, and that's why the calories just add up. Beer, obviously, it adds up. Sweet tea, all the things that people think that's good for you, generally is actually not that good. I have a lot of fights with people that they don't drink Coke or they don't drink sodas, yet they drink the diet version, or they drink the juices. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same thing. So you might as well just try not to consume it. It's only Monday to Friday. If you can get it right, Monday to Friday, to not consume these things like alcohol, things like the juices, the cokes and stuff like that. Then on the weekend you can enjoy it. You can indulge in that, not going crazy, because obviously that's going to put you a bit further behind than what you want it to be. But at the end of the day, as you can see, a day of beverages like this is 1,370 calories. And we don't want that, because even though you might be eating healthy, you might be training hard, you might mess up everything by just consuming so much calories through your fluids. So the problem that I found, once again, was it was confusing, the whole calorie thing, and how many calories each type of drink has. The picture before this slide was obviously nice because it gave you an idea, but most people don't even know these things, because marketing is great out there, and the people literally put wool over our eyes and make us believe that fat or low fat milk is good for you, and all those things are just a load of crap. Most of them, 99% of them, are just good marketing. Then another thing was contradicting information. Can you drink wine? Can't you drink wine? Can you drink coffee? Can't you drink coffee? So it's just very, very confusing. And then overcomplicated. Once again, counting calories the whole day. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to live my life. So I don't want to literally count calories every single day. So I thought it was a load of crap. So when I was looking at a solution, once again, I was looking at perfecting the basics. Most people struggle with the basics. I've even made, a couple of basics videos for you to go through, so you can just get a better idea of what is necessary for the basics. Everyone's looking at, what's that magic bullet or the silver bullet for them to lose the weight and achieve the results they want, but yet they're not even doing the basics right. Then another thing about the solution is I needed to simplify it, this whole process. And then I was also looking at overall well-being, not just your general weight loss stuff or very specific goals, but overall well-being. So the gamified system for this specific part, which is obviously fuel, is number one, you need to consume 3 liters of water every single day, and then also a green smoothie. That is from Monday to Friday, and for you to do both, you get 1 point. Remember, no half a point. Okay. So water, we have to consume 3 liters daily. Now you've heard the old adage of 8 glasses a day, 2 liters, and that. I've found that 3 liters tends to be better, and this is 3 liters just for general consumption. Okay, when we train harder, and let's say for instance you're in a very hot place, it's very humid, then you have to consume more than the 3 liters. Okay, 3 liters is the minimum that you have to consume. Plus minus 70% of your body is made up of water, so I'm sure it makes sense that maybe you should consume a little bit more water, because we can get dehydrated, and for normal body functions we need a lot of water inside our body. Now, one of the ways I have found to actually consume more water easier is to actually use a bigger bottle. Okay, if you think of the whole 8 glasses a day, mentally that's quite draining and it's quite difficult, because you're thinking about yourself, 8 glasses, holy crap, that's a lot of things, a lot of glasses to consume. But if you had, let's say for instance, a 3 liter bottle, that's one bottle. That's it. That's all you have to consume for the whole day. Mentally, it's a lot easier. Okay, I myself personally, I have a 1.5 liter bottle, so all I do is I fill it twice. I've once in the morning and then probably after lunch. Then I will fill it again. If on some days I even consume 5 to 6 liters of water. And then another important thing is we're focusing mostly on water. Okay, yes, you can drink your tea and your coffee. Yes, you can do that. You can drink maybe 1 or 2 cappuccinos. Okay, but when I'm talking about the things of the high calories that I don't want you to consume, like if you consume every single day, you consume 2 cappuccinos, then I would recommend going down to at least one. And if you can, some of the days not even consume that at all. But the no-no zones for me here is obviously the no alcohol. Okay, no alcohol. Nothing like Coke, juices, the sweet teas or the peach teas or whatever, those iced teas, because a lot of them are very high concentration of sugar. So we want to focus on the basics, get it right during the week, and then on the weekend we can go a little bit crazy and enjoy ourselves. Then the second one is a green smoothie. Now, like I said earlier, one of the things that I was focusing on with this solution was that I wanted to look at overall well-being. Now, I actually learned this from a guy called Gary J. White from Wake Up Warrior. I was part of that program, and it's been one of the inspirations behind the Sportcon Method. And what he taught me was that he drinks a green smoothie every single day. Now, yes, for this system, we're focusing on Monday to Friday, but I generally drink it every day in any case because it cleans your gut and it helps with your digestive system. So that's why I said overall well-being. I see this a lot with women is, they consume the food, but they don't go to the bathroom as regularly as most, guys, for instance, would do. So a lot of the literally crap is stuck inside their bodies. They're feeling bloated, they're feeling uncomfortable, they don't have the energy, and sometimes it even poisons your body and you become sick. So what you want to do is every single day you want to consume a green smoothie, clean out your gut, and it will actually help you feel better. It will increase your energy and satisfaction. Really, it's tough in the beginning, I'm not going to lie. Maybe the first week or two, you're not going to like the taste, or you're just not going to like the schlep of actually having to make this. But in the long run, if you had to consume, let's say, for a month or two, and then suddenly you stop for it for like a week, do that one time and you'll actually feel the difference. Suddenly you're going to feel bad, but that would just show you that's how you normally felt, okay? And you were okay with that. But suddenly your body started feeling better because your gut was clean, everything was, working the way it was supposed to work. And then suddenly when you go back to your old ways, you actually feel how bad it was to be in that position. So what I do is I keep it simple. Everything is about keeping it simple, okay? So I literally take spinach, I throw it in the freezer, berries, I throw it in the freezer, and then in the fridge I have lemon and I have bananas on the side. And then all I do is I take a handful of spinach, throw it in the blender, one banana, chop it up, a handful of berries, and then a lemon, half a lemon, I throw that in there, I blend it up, and I'm, good to go. So that would be the natural way to do it if you had a blender and everything. Now, the last two names here is actually some products. Now, I'm not affiliated to these guys at all, but I have used their products, and I get it. Sometimes when we're on the road, we go on holidays, all these, we still want to stay committed, but we can't take a blender with, or there's no electricity or something. So what I've done now is, and yes, I'm going to say fruit juice, but need to understand that it's literally a very small, like a quarter of a glass, not even a quarter of a glass. I take that, throw some juice in just for the taste because water is horrible with this. And then I take 1 teaspoon of this, like either veggie superfoods or Organifi. These are the product names. And you can just search for them on the internet and find the suppliers that you can get it from. And I take 1 teaspoon, I throw it in the juice, I stir it and I drink it. That's when I can't get to a blender. Then at least I still have my green smoothie. It's not the best. Obviously, it's not the best version. The best version will always be the natural version. But what you could even do is, if you really want the best bang for your buck, do the natural version and 1 teaspoon of the veggie superfoods, because that would be like a complete package. So it's simpler than you might think. Just find a way every single day, Monday to Friday, to consume the green smoothie, and slowly but surely you'll actually feel how more energy you have, how more satisfied you feel, and it actually will cleans out your gut and increases your digestive system as well. So tracking for that, feel 1 point if you do both of the tasks. So up next is game number 4, which is focus.